All right, for you at home who are hoping to get out on the roads and get your day started, let's check in with Jill Nicolini.
All right, good morning, everyone. Verrazano Bridge, a little bit slow right now on the lower level. Upper level looking much better. As far as the Staten Island Expressway checking in, A-OK. Clover Road, a little bit of a delay there on the eastbound side. And again, we're talking about the eastbound direction here. And the Mayo and the Goethals and the Outer Bridge are all checking in A-OK. Let's move on over now to our Hudson River crossings, and we'll start at the George Washington Bridge, where we are seeing delays here. Inbound side, about 15 to 20 minutes on the upper and lower level. Of course, outbound traffic, or lack thereof, looks much better. And let's see overall, 10 to 15 across the board here at the Lincoln and the Holland. Up at the George again, 15 to 20. Next up, we'll check into the Cross Bronx. Westbound, we do have an accident here. This is at 3rd Avenue. One lane is blocked, and of course, we're seeing heavy delays. As far as alternate sides are concerned, don't forget they have been suspended, but you still need to feed those meters. Which, of course, were definitely affected yesterday. We're going to start the Lincoln Tunnel, and as of now, you do have a smooth commute, believe it or not. Both directions, no overnight construction reported here, and we did have some flooding in the area yesterday, but being told by Port Authority that, again, traffic is getting by with no problem. Up at the George, minor delays here. We do have an accident. It's actually blocking the right lane. In the meantime, it's on the inbound side. As far as the upper level, lower level, don't forget, accepting Easy Pass only till 6. Lincoln and Holland Tunnel, once again, looking okay here. And as far as your flooding, again, that's what we're going to see throughout the tri-state area. A lot of your roadways are still flooded. As far as the Harlem River Drive, both directions, if you're traveling here at the Willis Avenue Bridge into 125th Street. Also, the Bronx River Parkway northbound closed down right at Westchester Avenue. Again, this is the same situation since yesterday here. And don't forget that alternate sides, they have been suspended. And again, in just a few minutes, we're going to have a check on your transit. So make sure to stay tuned.
Let's take a look what's happening here across on the roadways. Looks like Jersey will start Route 17. Accident here on the southbound side right at Terrace Avenue. Left lane is blocked. We're not seeing any major delays here. That's the good news. Northbound, though, it's a little bit slow, though. There are some rubbernecking delays, believe it or not. Let's take a look now at a Skyview map here across the bridge, and it's the Manhattan Bridge we're choosing. There's an accident right at Park Row, and it's right off the ramp. One lane is blocked here. Slight delays through the area, and the Brooklyn Bridge right now is checking in okay. Another option for you. Checking with the Bell Parkway westbound if you're traveling here from Francis Lewis Boulevard into the Van Wyck. We're seeing some slowdowns. You can see some yellow cars there, and it's slow again between Sunrise Highway into Springfield Boulevard. Once again, Rockaway Boulevard tapping the brakes again into Lefferts Boulevard. Eastbound side, though, looking much better. Travel times now, checking in here in the Bronx with the Bruckner will start. 6 minutes it's going to take you, and that's from the Triborough Bridge into the Cross Bronx, and of course that's the northbound direction. Southbound it's going to take you about 5 minutes, but of course you got to leave your house right about now. That can all change. All right, checking in with alternate sides. They're back in effect today citywide, and of course you need the change. You got to feed the meters. Linda Church, now some good news that it's a little bit warmer.
Out the RFK Bridge, a live picture we'll show you right now. No trouble to report if you're traveling into the Bronx, Manhattan, or into Queens, but you can see the visibility is kind of low out there, as Linda mentioned. To the Whitestone Bridge, checking in here, ongoing construction, has 3 lanes open into the Bronx during the morning drive. Now 3 lanes are open during the afternoon drive as well, and 2 lanes are open both directions during off-peak times, but weekends. Now, in the meantime, no delays reported as of yet, but during rush, stick with the Throgs Neck or the RFK Bridge instead. As far as the 59th Street Bridge, we'll check in here. Inbound side looking good. Both the inner and outer roadway, if you're traveling on the upper or lower level right now, got all green cars, trucks, and buses. And, of course, into Long Island City, a smooth ride. Next up, the Queens Midtown Tunnel, of course, your alternate where you do have to pay the toll. Things look good here. And checking into the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, you're in good shape. And moving on down to alternate side of the street parking rules, here's a live look at 42nd and 2nd right outside Pick Studio, and it is kind of quiet out here. It is, right? Cruising with I-78. Westbound truck fire here at Bloomsbury. Looks like the right lane is blocked. And next up, Route 3. We'll move on over to the Meadowlands. Both directions if you're traveling here. Looking good from the Garden State into the Turnpike. George Washington Bridge, delay-free into and out of the Toll Plaza. And the Lincoln and Holland are clear as well. Tappan Zee Bridge running smooth. And keep in mind the LIRR that Babylon has, looks like that line has only 1 track running, and expect some delays on the Montauk line as well. We do have suspensions again. This is all due to yesterday's storm and lightning, which did strike the LIRR. New Jersey Transit, Metro North, all running on time, and alternate sides are in effect today citywide. Temps to the BQE eastbound side, very heavy traffic at the moment. Westbound, though, is looking okay. Take a look here. As you can see, traffic already starting to build. As far as the George Washington Bridge, let's take a peek what's happening there. Traffic is actually moving well in either direction. Earlier this morning, we did have an accident on the inbound upper level. That's been cleared. Yesterday, that lower level was closed down, and again, that's reopened, and it looks like traffic is starting to build here ever so slightly. Your other options, the Lincoln and the Holland, are all checking in A-OK. Now to some flooding again, massive wide flooding here through the tri-state area due to yesterday's hurricane, or tropical storm as we'll now call her. And checking into the Staten Island Expressway eastbound still remains closed, and it's that Clove Road into the Verrazano. In the meantime, going to have to stick with the service road there. Major Deegan northbound side closed with more flooding here. That's at 230th Street as you make your way into Van Cortlandt Park. And again, we'll have more on your roadways and, of course, check in with your trains and, of course, your mass transit as well as your airports in just a few minutes. Alternate sides have been suspended as well as your meter rules. Now it's over to Sukanya.